Oh, folks, it's Bruce here from the Coasters Club, and today I've got the absolute privilege of interviewing Shirley Jones. Now, Shirley's from a pioneer coast family, a big family. There's Joneses everywhere. There's more Joneses around than Smiths. So, Shirley, thanks so much for agreeing to this interview. It's really appreciated. Now, what's your full name?
Shirley Patricia.
Shirley Patricia. Ah, we learn something every day. Whereabouts were you born?
Hokitika?
I guess that would be in Hampden Street, was it?
No, not in those days. On the balcony up at Westland Hospital.
Oh, wow.
That's where I was born.
So what year were you born?
1928.
28. That makes... How old does that make you?
I'll be 91 in November.
Well, you're a great nick for 91. You are. Oh, that's incredible. So, who were your mum and dad?
Mr. and Mrs. Lies.
Right. And what did your dad do for a living?
I don't know what he done. They lived at Cockatoo, but they weren't farmers.
Okay, so you worked on farms?
I don't know what he done, because I was brought up by my grandmother
Right.
at Bruce Burr.
Oh, so you've been around. And what was your grandmother's name?
Mrs. Schroeder.
Mrs. Schroeder, okay. Yeah. Oh. When you were born in Hokitika and then you went to your first home. Do you remember where your first home was?
Well, when I got married.
No. Your first home when you were a kid. When Mum brought you home from the home or wherever.
Oh no, my first home was with Grandma.
Out at Cockatoo, or up the spur.
Mm.
Up the spur.
Yeah.
Can you remember the house?
Yeah.
What was it like?
Oh, just a little old cottage
Yeah.
and a veranda on it.
Any fruit trees?
Yes, there was fruit trees, there was nectarine trees, plum trees. And I could remember the old lock hedge.
Yeah.
And there was no facilities whatsoever.
No. Well, of course, 1928. I guess, were you there many years? Were you there? How many years were you there? Were you there right up to school, or?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I was there more or less until I went out to work.
So, Cheryl, what did your family do for fun? What did you kids do for fun when you were?
Oh, we just played marbles and hopscotch and skipping, and there wasn't much else to do.
And did you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
How many of them?
Oh, 4 sisters and 3 brothers, I think it was. Yeah.
No, that's a good number. That's a good number.
Kevin Lies was my brother,
Right.
and Noel, which lost his life in Vietnam,
Yep.
and Ronald. But,
Well,
they're all gone now.
well, the families are still around, aren't they? The families are still there.
There's only me and my sister left now.
Yeah,
My
right.
sister and I should say.
So, did you have a nickname when you were growing up?
No,
No nickname? Whereabouts did you attend primary school?
Hokitika.
And where was the Hokitika? Was it called the Hokitika Primary School? Where was that?
Where Westland High is now.
Ah. And
It's all changed. The big gates went in from across the road where that fish and chip shop used to be.
yes, the 2-story place.
Yeah, it might have too.
Yeah.
There used to be a store there, Gooch's owned it, Mr. Gooch.
Yeah.
And you come across from there straight to the gates.
And that was the primary school.
Mm.
Was it very big, sure?
Yeah, it was quite a big place.
Were you when you were at primary school? Did you read books? Were you ever a reader?
No.
No, there's a few of us like that, wasn't there?
Yeah, no, I wasn't interested in books.
What was your favourite subject at school? Did you have one? Or was it lunchtime?
I was just going to say, when it comes lunchtime. No. Poetry and singing.
Oh yeah.
They were my favourite.
And do you ever recall having a favourite teacher? One that you could remember?
Miss Dale, Edna Dale.
And what was special about her?
Oh, I don't know. She was a very, very strict teacher, but she was very nice. And she took us for singing and poetry and that. And she was very firm, but she was very nice at the same time.
The kids these days don't understand what a good firm teacher was.
A lot of them didn't like her, but I got on well with her.
So, what sort of activities did you play at primary school? Did you play any sport? I guess it was a wee bit early then.
Well, it was called basketball, not netball, when we were at school.
Yeah.
And, yeah, they call it softball now. We used to call it rounders.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And you obviously enjoyed that. Enjoyed the sport. So, if there was a kid that you knew well at primary school, how would they have described you? Were you cheeky? Were you quiet? Were you reserved? I mean, I know most of your kids, and I just can't imagine you being a quiet one.
I wasn't. The worst day at school was when young Louis came out here. And he was at school, and he was coming round the corner that way, and I was coming the other way, and we collided on the corner. Young Louis, remember the Chinaman that had the shop?
Yes.
How he had a hard head.
Oh, and you went straight into him.
One way to get to know him.
Hey, as a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Oh, I always would have liked to be a nurse.
Yeah.
That went out the window quickly.
Well, we can't always get, we can't always achieve what we want as youngsters, can we?
But no, I worked at the Hotel Westland. It was called then, which is Stumpers.
Yeah.
And I worked at a Dedrick's as a cockatoo.
So sure. Did you ever meet your grandparents on either side? Did you ever meet your grandparents? So your mum and dad's parents. Did you ever meet any of them? Because they'd have been very old, wouldn't they?
Well, the one that brought me up, she was 74, I think, when she passed away.
Right. And clearly you met her. And what about any of your granddads? Did you meet any of them?
Oh, yeah. Granddad Schroeder and Grandma Schroeder, they brought me up at Greaseburg.
Yeah.
He was lovely.
What did Granddad Schroeder do?
Just fossicking for gold.
Oh, good on him. He sounds ideal. See, now, whereabouts did you go to high school?
Well, the high school wasn't there. It was we sort of still in the same school.
Oh, so it was all in the same building. Was that then a technical college, or was it just part of the same?
Just Hokitika District High School.
Oh yes, I've seen that written down.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's interesting. And you enjoyed high school?
No, I didn't go to high school.
Oh, you didn't go?
No.
Oh, I thought you'd give that a miss, did you?
I went to school one morning. I think it was the morning of my birthday, and I looked at the blackboard, And I thought, no, I don't have to do that. So I just packed up my books, and the teacher said, which was the headmaster, and where do you think you're going? I said, I'm going home. He said, what do you mean you're going home? Are you sick? I said, no, I'm not sick. I said, I'm going home to go to work. And he said, you can't go to work? Oh, I said, I'm leaving school. He said, well, I won't give you a leaving certificate. And I said, well, I don't want one. He said, well, you won't get a job without one. I said, well, I'm going to a job now.
I love it. That's the spirit that's been there forever. So, what was your first job?
Looking after my cousin,
Yeah.
which has just recently passed away, Barry Stoop.
Oh, yes.
And then we both ended up in there.
Yeah, Barry was here. And so, what about from?
Barry's passed on.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Yeah.
He was here, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So where else? You worked in a number of the hotels, didn't you?
Yeah, the Westland and the Red Line.
So who owned the Westland back in those days? Was that what was this? Was that Sullivan? Was it Mick Sullivan? No.
Oh, I can't remember.
We had the Keenans had hotels, weren't there? There was a number of them.
Archie, what was his name? He was a great singer. They owned the Red Line. I can't remember what his name.
They were really the centre of everything that happened, weren't they? The hotels.
Yeah,
They really were.
they were.
And what did you do? Did you cook or did you?
No, I didn't cook. I was in what they call the pantry, doing the dishes
Yeah.
and getting the desserts ready, things like that.
And enjoy it.
Oh yeah, it was a job.
So you worked in a few hotels, and then what happened?
Oh well, Milkman won me heart, didn't he?
The milk, Tom. So how old were you when you first started dating?
About 16.
Yeah.
15, 16.
Do you remember your first date?
Not really.
Long time ago.
It's a long time ago.
So tell me, how did you meet Tom?
No, it's not Tom. It's Arthur.
Arthur. I'm thinking Tom's your son, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when did you meet Arthur?
When he still delivered the milk to town.
Oh, so he really was the milkman. He really was the milkman.
Yeah.
And so when Arthur, can you remember the first date with him?
No. No, not really.
Did he sweep you off your feet? So, when you're thinking about Arthur, how would you describe him? What was the things that, like here's a man who's brought up, how many children have you got? 9, is it?
10.
10? And here's a man who's managed to, with you, feed them and get them all through school and,
Yeah, he was a good husband, and a very good husband, and a very good father.
Yeah. What were the strengths about him that you really liked?
I always said it was a sexy blue eyes.
The sexy blue eyes. I love it. Oh, beauty. And Shirley, how long were you married?
54 years.
Oh, that's amazing. That's a long time.
It's a long time ago.
And you had 10 children together?
Mm.
And so where are the kids these days?
Well, they're around here somewhere.
All round Hokitika?
There's one over in Christchurch, Highlands in Christchurch,
Yeah.
and she's the furthest one away. And the rest are just around the coast.
So we've got Tommy and we've got Peachy and who else have we got?
Errol,
Yeah, oh, of course, Errol. I see Errol most weeks.
he reckons you're the best boss he ever had.
Oh, he's a good fella.
Yeah.
So who else have we got?
There's Helen,
Yeah,
Jennifer, Eileen, Alan, which is Tommy,
yeah.
which they call Tommy.
Oh, is Tommy's real name Alan?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And I've worked with him. Oh, for heaven's sake. Sorry, carry on.
Tommy, and then I think it's Ian and Isabel, the twins.
Yes.
Errol, Linda, Leslie, Monica, and the little boy that I lost, Cranston.
Wow.
Mm.
And
He
wow.
only lived an hour.
Oh, that's no good. But
Mm.
well, and would that have made it 11?
Yeah.
Well, 10. Well, 10 was a handful, wasn't it?
They were pretty good. I used to hate the school holidays coming. I used to love them to have the kids back home.
And because the Jones boys were all pretty. They were toughies. There were a lot of them.
They'd get up and have their breakfast and they'd go away and build bush huts and God knows what.
And I guess as long as they come home by as long as they got home by dark, Mum would be happy.
One time Ian was put some clothes in a sugar bag and put it over his shoulder and he's heading up the old tram line. And my wife said, "Where are you going?" He said, "I'm clearing out." He said, "Where are you going?" And he said, "Oh, I don't know, I'm going away." And he said, "Well, don't go too far because the Indians are just round the corner."
And was that?
Yeah.
I guess that was the first time Peachy left home.
He come home smartly.
We've all done that, haven't we?
Yeah.
Hidden in the shed and sitting there thinking they've got to come and look for me soon. They must miss me. So how many grandchildren have you got?
35.
35. What about great grandchildren?
59.
No. Have you really?
And this one due very shortly.
35 grandchildren. So what have we got? 10 kids, 35 grandchildren, 59 great-grandchildren. That's got to be a record.
In November there'll be 60.
Wow.
And there's 8 great.
Oh, so you've got another layer below that.
Mm.
So there's 8, that'd be great
Yeah.
grandchildren. Sure, you've done well. Oh, you really have. And do you remember their names? You know, when they're, because I mean, I struggle now. Even
I'm not allowed to buy for any of them.
Yeah.
That made me give the wine for them quite a while ago. They know I love them.
Well, there's nothing more important, is there? And of course, if you were buying for, say, 50, 80, you'd be buying for nearly 90 kids. Oh, I love it.
It'd be terrible, wouldn't it?
Oh, that's amazing. Now, during you've had a good long life, and during your life, can you remember inventions or things that came along that changed things for you? You know, I mean, we've seen. I guess you saw the introduction of refrigerators.
Yeah.
Did you always have a fridge or
And washing machines.
washing machines? Yeah. TV.
Oh, we never had a TV for a while. We smartly got a washing machine. I've got a funny feeling Ian might have bought my washing machine when he went out to work.
Okay. And did Arthur ever have a car?
Oh, yeah, we had one, yeah. Hillman.
Good car.
We had a Hillman, and
Was it good?
the first one was funny. It was a 1928 DeSoto.
Oh, it'd be worth a fortune there.
And
Oh.
I said to Arthur, "Oh, that's the same year as I was born." He said, "Yeah, but it's in better shape than you."
you were younger, and you look out there today at your 80 or 90 grandchildren and great-grandchildren, how's the world different for them than it was for you? Is there anything you can see that's...
Well, I don't know whether it's for the better, some of it. It's horrible when they get together and get visiting and they're sitting there and they're pushing buttons all the time.
Yeah.
And it's not the same.
It's killed a lot of conversation, hasn't it?
Yes, a very lot. And I think it's quite rude, actually.
Yeah, well, I guess... So I think is that probably the biggest change you've seen?
Although mine are not so bad for it, but when we've gone out to other places, I've noticed it. But mine never do it while I'm visiting them.
I went to a restaurant recently, Shirley, and looked around, and everybody...
Maybe it would be on their phones.
And none of them were talking to each other. I actually found it quite fascinating.
It's killed it, hasn't it?
It's killed the art of conversation.
You
So,
can't sort of, like a group, there used to be groups all together, but now you don't see them because they're too busy. Instead of visiting one another, they're busy texting one another.
yeah, it's just not the same.
No.
How would I've always known you as a person who's got a very ready smile, and that's the thing that I every time I see you, you've got a smile on your face.
Everybody said that.
Oh, it's true. It's very true.
Look at that up there. No, that one over there, look.
Oh, you stop laughing.
Yeah.
Oh, you're never going to grow old.
No.
So how would you describe your sense of humour?
Well, if I didn't have that, I'd be dead.
Yeah, well, I can understand that. Do you, as you've got older, do you have any hobbies? Was there any?
Too right, I do. I've got my crochet there.
Yeah.
This is what I keep doing.
Oh, and you're still doing them?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Don't ask me how many I've done because I've lost count.
And what do you do with them? One for the kids?
Oh yeah, all the grandkids have got one.
No, they're very lucky.
In just over 3 months, I think it was, I paid $132 for wool.
You'd be a good customer for someone.
Yeah, I must tell Jackie. I got half shares.
Well, I'm sure she appreciates you going in.
She does. She loves me going in. 9 times out of 10 now, the children go for me instead of me going.
Have you ever met any famous people?
Who?
Have you met any famous people? You know, like have you met a prince or a king or a prime minister or a All Black or a?
No, I don't think so.
We better organise it.
No, I don't think I have. Can't remember.
You've travelled around a wee bit, around New Zealand, not too much.
No,
And so, which places have you travelled to?
I've only been up to Rotorua.
What did you think?
Very nice. I loved it up there.
Yeah.
They all said, "Oh, the smell of it." I said, well, "We never had any smell. The only time you smelt the place was when you were going out towards the airport.
Yeah.
That was the only place I noticed it. No, it was lovely. I got a grandson up there, and it was a lovely time."
So, Hokatika's home, isn't it?
Sure is.
Yeah, it's home. It's home. Was there ever anything that you wanted to do with your life apart from being a nurse that you never quite got round to doing?
No, nothing else.
Well, there's not many people can say that.
I was quite happy at home doing housework.
Looking at being the Mayoress of Kaniere, that was really important. That's a big job, especially out there.
Mayoress of Kaniere.
Imagine being the mayoress with all those ratbag sons of yours running around and causing chaos.
Well, it used to be called Hutchison Town, and then Mickey Keenan changed it to Jonesville.
Yeah, I know. Well, I've only ever known it as Jonesville. Yeah, no, it was always Jonesville.
Do you know what its proper name is on the map?
What is it?
Cardiff Terrace.
Cardiff Terrace.
Mm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, we played. So, Shirley, are there any? There's going to be a lot of young ones watching this, and that's the reality. And look, we have some weeks we have 300,000 people watch our videos, so it gives you a bit of it's and their coasters often they're in Australia or London or around New Zealand. So, if there was a lesson that you've learnt in your life that you could pass to these young ones, something you didn't know when you were 19 and you know now, what would it be?
Well, there's one thing I've always said, which I thought you could always do, but I found that you can't. If somebody down the road at Hayboard knew how another house,
Yeah.
or they bought, say, a flash
Car or something?
cars or something like that, I thought, oh, well, this one up the road must have had to get him because he's got the same. But I found that it's not as easy as that. You don't have to have the same as Joe Blobs down the road.
In fact, often it makes it makes it harder for your life, doesn't it?
It does a bit, yeah.
You know, you've got to go and borrow money, you've got to go and do whatever just to keep up with some imaginary
Yeah.
competition.
There's quite a few people think that way. Oh, so-and-so's got something, I must get it.
You know, I think probably over the years there's always been some that really do want to have the best house and the
Yeah.
best car and the best street,
Yeah.
wear the best clothes, and drink the finest wine.
You can keep that.
Yeah. Was there during the course of your life, did you come across someone who was like a mentor, someone you really respected, who helped you with any direction that you went in? Was there anyone like that?
I don't know.
I think there's probably a lot of people out there. If I asked that question too, they'd say Shirley Jones.
Oh,
I'm sure they would.
no, they.
So when we talk, Shirley, about if there's a secret to living a long and happy life, what would it be? Well, you've had you're 90. Did you say 93?
No,
91. 91.
on the 4th of next month.
Well, I've interviewed a lot of people, and I can tell you that at 91, your recollection is brilliant. You're going very, very well.
I'm hoping to get there.
Do you think you'll get a letter from the Queen?
I was just going to say one of the great grandchildren asked me when I had my 90th, can I read the letter you get from the Queen when you get to 100?
Oh, isn't that lovely? That's fantastic, because that would be a big thing. I'd love to be around and see that as well. We'll have to go down to the St Mary's Hall, have another party.
Yeah,
Which
we will, won't we? We sure will.
she flies, doesn't it?
No, I never thought I'd get to this age. So I had so much sickness when I was younger.
Okay.
Never dreamt I'd get to this.
Well, you're doing. You're doing pretty jolly well. And now, how long have you been in Plymouth Court here?
2 years.
And do the girls look after you?
2 years and 3 months I've been here.
Wow,
Oh, the girls, they spoil you.
that's great, isn't it?
No, they are very good.
Yeah. No, And that's a common thing that is often said.
They're very good for you. And it's not all the meals I can have, because I have lots of things I can't have.
Oh, okay.
And my rat bag would get on the phone and he'd say, you better get off the line, the phone's coming.
So, oh dear.
I did not tell tales of everything. He won't come and get me on Sunday.
Oh, he'll come and get you. He'll be right. And so, what would you do? You'd pick up the phone and then ask the operator to put you through to someone? Is that how it worked?
You're working? And then if there's no answer, well, we used to dial our number.
And did they have permanent people in the post office?
Yeah.
And they'd pick it up and patch you through?
Mm.
Wow.
You could do that. I forget now how it worked, but if you made a toll call, you had to go through the exchange.
Yeah.
But I think you could dial if it was just local.
On your party lines, maybe?
I think that's how it was. That's a long time ago.
It is a long time ago. Well, it is a long time. I was talking to Dick O'Connell the other day.
Oh, yeah.
And I think his wife worked in the.
She was lovely.
Yeah.
She painted that.
Oh wow. Actually, that's really good.
It was, I don't know where Arthur got it from, but it was all sort of screwed up. And it was in a little fragile frame. And I gave it to, what was her name? I've forgotten.
And they put it on a canvas.
Eh?
That's on a canvas there, isn't it?
Yeah, and I gave it to her, the photo of it, and said she might like to put it in for some of her exhibitions.
Oh yeah.
Being the Tui.
Yeah.
And then one night she turned up at Housey with it for me.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. I wanted to pay her for it, but she says no, because that's worth $100.
Cheryl, did the boys chase the whitebait?
No.
Didn't bother?
No.
They were all good, the likes of Peachy, good footballers, weren't they?
He was. The others never played.
Yeah, Peachy was he was definitely there. Yeah, that's he clipped you under the ear before he'd pat you on the back.
He was a hard case.
So who did he play for? St Mary's, wasn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, he was one of the crew there.
Yeah.
Cheryl, who had the butcher shop at Kaniere? I said it's closed down again in recent times. Who was there before Dozer or whatever, Dozer White? Was Porky there?
No. Morrison.
Ah,
Morris.
okay.
Yeah. And Massey Woolhouse. They, as far back as I can remember.
Yeah. So there was always a butcher shop there, wasn't there?
Mm.
And then across the road at the garage, who had the garage early on at Jonesville? That was that Cuffy? In the 80s anyway.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was.
Who did you think?
Martin Cuff. He had it for I think he had it for a long time.
Did he?
Yeah, I think so. I could easily have got that wrong though, but I always thought it was,
Yeah.
Are you surprised at the number of houses out at the old kingdom?
Yeah.
They're popping up like mushrooms.
I know, places you never thought, same as Blue Spur, places you never thought there'd be homes.
Oh, Blue Spurs, there's a lot of houses up there now, isn't there?
And my grandson, he's got one up there,
Yeah.
that Ballarat Terrace. Never thought I'd see a house way up there.
Some of those ones up the very top, they're a long way up.
Mm.
They wouldn't want to
Jason's is out there.
Oh, is that where he lives?
Mm.
Okay.
It's a long way up. Beautiful view.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I was out there once, sure, where the cloud had come down, and there was a lightning storm. You know, the cloud was on my car. And this is on that very top section. I was out having a look and taking some photos.
Yeah.
It was.
Amazing.
Oh, it was. So.
To think we bike to school every day from further out than that.
Yeah.
Can't believe it. We must have been stupid.
No, but I think it was healthy. You know,
Well, it probably was too.
you know, now there's like kids get dropped off to school in the car, and I got no problem with it. But that thing of biking to school in whether it was raining or not, it's character building. You know.
And there was Molly and Pat Punch. The three of us used to bike, and if it was very rough, Mr. Punch had come down. He said, "No, they're not going today. I wouldn't put a dog out in it," he said.
And so were the days you didn't have to go to school because of the weather.
Yeah.
Oh, you mind me? That was a long way. It's 5
miles.
Yeah, 8 kilometres. Yeah, you did right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and there was some cold mornings, frost.
Because as you know, I live in Jonesville, or just across, and are we in a colder patch there? Is there a frost band goes through there? Did you ever find that it goes up through Rimu? And I know at my house, I'll quite often get a -2, in the mornings.
Gosh.
And yeah, it's just I always blame you. Well, we've got to blame someone.
And they all pick on me.
Oh, I'm sure they don't. Yeah.
Good broad shoulders.
Yeah.
I can take it.
And you still use the electric scooter?
No, I sold that.
Oh, you've given that a miss?
Hey?
You don't use it. You don't do that anymore.
No.
Well, I got to say, you're a bit of a menace anyway.
I wasn't.
I roar along that main street. Goodness me.
The one that used to brass me off was at Max Dell.
Oh yeah.
He'd stand in the middle of the street and his arms out, "Watch out for the bikies."
That's where you cut it down a gear and keep on going.
And I said, "Yeah, and if you don't get out of me road, I'll run you over."
Jeez, I know where you got it from, Peachy. Oh. Well, look, Shirley, as I wind this interview up, thank you so much for spending the time with me and allowing me to interview you. I really appreciate it.
I don't know whether that was much help to you, Bruce.
Oh no, it was lovely. And coasters, you can find a full copy of this by typing in Shirley Jones a coaster onto the Coasters Club YouTube channel. It'll be there forever. This interview will also be played on a Friday night at 5 o'clock over 6 weeks. So keep an eye on it. The family will no doubt be following it, Shirley. Thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure.
That's all.